Melissa. Happy Tuesday. It has been a minute. I am sorry that I haven't been on Facebook Live in what feels like forever. I think it's been like 2 weeks actually. But I'm back, and so it's worth the wait. So here's the thing. We are going to do something that's going to blow your mind, all right? So we're going to make this here live on Facebook, and you are not going to believe how easy this is, okay? So I have another side that I'm going to do the same thing on, so we basically have a double-sided sign, but we are not going to paint, we are not going to stain, we are not going to use etching, or what's that, wood torch stuff. No, the answer right here, sublimation. So this is a 12-inch round, and I'm going to show you how you can sublimate on wood fast and easy. This is my kind of craft because I do not have time, nor do I like cleaning up wood, stain, paint, any of that stuff. So I cheat and I sublimate, okay? So here's the thing, it's all, my design is set up here. This design is from FONTSY's stencil and sign bundle that we have going on now. I threw the link up top, okay? You can see I have it set up in Silhouette Studio. Now, how can I print 2 of them at the same time? Wide format sublimation printer. You won't actually be able to do this on a 12-inch round or larger if you don't have a wide format sublimation printer, because this is a 12-inch and you need more than 12 inches to be able to print that. I actually am able to do 2 because the Epson 570, which I will bring you around here to see, is 24 inches. And good news, it's on sale right now. $150 off for the Epson 570, and that includes the bundles. But let me show you how this works. And if you are a wood sign maker, if you sell signs, and you need something that can give you wide format, this is awesome, okay? All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Take this wood blank, okay? And we are gonna make it sublimation ready. How? With sublimation spray, okay? So before I do that, I'm just going to send this design to print. Again, I'm printing directly from Silhouette Studio on my Mac. I will have access to the Epson print manager, okay? The Epson 570, sorry for my back to you, is a true sublimation printer, okay? True dye sublimation. It is not a converted printer, okay? And we're gonna tell it, I have tutorials on this. We are going to tell it that we want to trim the paper when it's done so that we don't lose, we don't waste any paper. I'm just setting the settings here, as you can see in my, in the print manager. And now I'm not connected. I'm just on the Wi-Fi, and I'm going to send this to print, okay? It's going to print 2 of them, okay? So it's sending. It's going to take a second, and that will print. Now, while we're waiting for that, we're going to prepare our piece of wood. Again, this is a 12 by 12. You could use larger pieces if you want, larger wood blanks, because you have up to 24 inches with this printer, which is awesome. If you're using a smaller format printer with 8.5 by 11, you can see it's not going to cover, okay? So you maybe can do the top, maybe can do the bottom, but you'd have to kind of piece it together. Even on a Sawgrass 1000 where you have 11 inches wide, this is a 12-inch wide disc, so wouldn't work, okay? That's taking a second to go, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna use this sublimation spray, which I also linked to. This is just from Amazon, okay? And I'm gonna spray, I'm actually gonna do it down here on my table, so I don't like overspray. Oh, you can see I have all my stuff. That's great. Okay, thin layer, light layer all over the entire piece. Okay, it's hard to tell because it's clear. Okay, so what we're gonna do with that, we're just gonna let that sit for a minute, and we're still waiting for this to print. Here it goes. I want you to see how this prints. Now, this Epson 570, you can use rolls or paper. So I have a 24-inch roll in there right now, which is back here, and that's what that's going to print as. And you'll see when it finishes, it will trim the paper off, so we're not wasting any bit of the roll, okay? So while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna turn you around to the heat press, and we are gonna prepare this piece of wood, because what needs to happen now is we need to pre-press basically this piece of wood with the sublimation spray on there, 30 seconds at 400 degrees, okay? So I'm actually going to need another, let me just move a bunch of this stuff. Because I have something on the back, I need a second piece of paper, okay? So we protect the press. All right, now, so 30 seconds. Again, I already sprayed it, sublimation spray on there, and I'm gonna cover with another piece, okay? And we're gonna do that for 30 seconds at about medium pressure, okay? So that's going. When the timer is done on that, it will be ready for me to put my sublimation print on. Now, I printed 2 previously, so I already have one here, but I wanted you to see how quickly you can do this, okay? Now, I have a 24 by 30 inch roll, I have a 24-inch roll of paper in that sublimation printer right now. So it's infinite how long you can print, okay? So you can set how long you want it to print, the height or whatever, yourself in Silhouette Studio, okay? All right, so nothing has happened. It has just literally dried my sublimation spray. So now what I'm going to do is now I am just ready to place the sublimation print on there. But I want you to see how this is going at the same time. So I'll move you back here, okay? And I have the tape. This is really important, the tape. Because you're gonna need to tape it so it's secure. Your heat press is going to stay at 400 degrees, again, 30 seconds. If you're just joining, we are using a little hack that I like to use on wood, which is sublimation. So if you're wondering how I prepared this design, as I said, is from FONTSY. I brought the SVG into Silhouette Studio. It was originally filled with different colors. Silhouette Studio, even in the most basic version, comes with default patterns. They're in the fill, if you open up the fill panel, you have the solid fill, the gradient fill, and then patterns. It comes with wood tones, okay? So you can see, here's a couple of them over here. So I just filled my design, each part, with different wood tones. And great, my computer's going to die soon. So that'll be super. Let's hope this print finishes soon. So that's how I got that wood tone look. Now, while we're waiting, again, if you're just joining, this is what it's gonna look like. Look at that up close. It looks like stain, okay? This is gonna be so, we're making this, but I want you to see how it comes, okay? All right, now, obviously, if you were getting ready for a craft show, or if you're putting a bunch of stuff on your Etsy shop, which you can do with this design because it's commercial use, everything from FONTSY is, what you will be able to do is print a whole bunch of these. You can leave them till tomorrow if you wanted to print 20 at a time, and then get all your wood, ready to go with the sublimation spray. That can sit as well. And then when you're ready, you can just press them all at the same time, okay? So I'm waiting. Like I said, I already did one, but I wanted you guys to see, how long this takes, what it looks like when it's finished printing. I didn't want you to think I was cheating and using some different kind of version. Why are we tilted? I'm not cheating. We're doing it all live. That's why I do live videos, right? So you can see. So again, if you're interested in this Epson 570, this is an unbelievable. It has a higher price tag, okay? Yes, it is a higher price tag. It's $150 off right now, just so you know. That was the rotary. It has a rotary blade, so it splices. Okay, so it comes, you see, I have like no waste of paper. It comes with 3 rolls of sublimation paper. It comes with 8 bottles of ink, sublimation ink. Each one is 140 milliliters. It comes with 8 of these, 2 of each color, CMYK. You fill them in these tanks, okay? It comes with an extra waste tank. It comes obviously with the printer. And I love it because you can use, I can print directly from Silhouette Studio through the print manager, okay? So awesome printer. I obviously have a bunch of different sublimation printers, but I really like that one for, you know, those reasons. Okay, so here we go. So now I have two. I'm just going to trim down. Remember with sublimation, you don't have to cut. It's only going to transfer where the ink is. All right, now see how it printed? Okay, it actually, if you noticed in Silhouette Studio, I didn't reverse my design. It knows to reverse it, okay? All right, so now I'm going to prepare. I've already obviously done this one side. I'm kind of making it double-sided here. I'm gonna line this up. This is a 12-inch round, all right? So in Silhouette Studio, I adjusted my shape, my design, which is this rattan welcome, to 12 by 12 so that it would perfectly fit on my, blank, all right? Again, I used my wide format because my 11-inch, or excuse me, my smaller 8.5-inch sublimation printers, this would not work, okay? All right, now I'm gonna move you back over to my heat press. All right, now, this time we wanna flip it so that the sublimation is on top because we want the heat to hit this directly. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. I'm gonna get another piece of craft paper to put right on the top, again to protect it. And again, another 30 seconds, okay? Try to stand to the side. All right, so also I love the swing away heat presses for this type of thing. For wood, they're really nice because you have the ability to, you avoid what happens with the clamshell, which is when you have a clamshell and you have a piece of, you know, wood that's thick or anything that's thick, that hinge stops it. But when it's coming from straight down and the piece of wood or whatever your blank is obviously the same height the whole way across, it just stops where that is and you get even pressure, okay? All right, so now we're done this. All right, and I'm gonna move this whole thing off my heat press. Hold it over here so you guys can see. Whoops, so awkward when it's cuts me off. Okay, so now this is the one side that I had already done, so I'm just pulling my paper off. I want you to see how this goes. This is the side we just did, okay? So I now have my double-sided sublimated wood sign. Looks like, because I filled it with a wood grain, look at that. Is this not adorable? And now you can add some type of hanging, bow or jute or whatever it is that you want. Put little hooks on there. And this is an adorable leaner, whatever you want to do, or you can put it on your front door or whatever. But how fast and easy, tell me how you would stain that fast. Tell me how you would cut and weed vinyl that fast. You're not doing that. It's okay to cheat a little when you're craft. If you're like me and you're short on time for everything, I'm like a where can I cut 90% of the time off pretty much anything I'm doing. Oh, I need to work out. Okay, I need a 10-minute workout. Oh, I need to craft. Okay, I need something that's going to be super fast and easy. Okay, it's like a story of my life. All right, so if you're interested in sublimation, especially wide format sublimation, this can be applied, like I said, to all types, shapes of wood. Everything, large size. If you have a larger heat press, I have a 16 by 20 also. You could do even larger round wood signs. Work smarter, not harder, right? That's what they say, right? So if you are selling, this 570 is probably not going to be for those of you who are casual hobby crafters. I totally get that. The price tag is north of $2,000, okay? But just keep in mind, if you are selling and you need to crank stuff out fast, if you're doing custom type things, great addition to your office and your space and your craft and what you can offer, okay? Someone's asking, what is the printer again? I linked to the printer directly above or to the side, depending on where you're watching. It is an Epson SureColor F570 24-inch wide format sublimation printer, not converted. Okay, this is a true Epson sublimation printer, and I can't stress that enough. I know a lot of people are tempted to convert sublimation, to convert inkjets eco tanks into sublimation. I honestly, I can't recommend that. I would suggest that you get a true dye sublimation printer. I have 3 of them: Sawgrass, Epson, actually 2 Epsons and a Sawgrass. And I love them all for various reasons. But in this case specifically, I would not be able to do this on the smaller one. So that's why I want to show you that 570, which, as I said, $150 off right now. So if you want, go grab it. And if you're just sticking around because you love crafting and looking for more ideas and inspiration, that's awesome too. All right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your week. I'll see you soon.